All right, guys, we are alive. The DK hotel room. We got a lot to catch up with. It's been a busy October. It's been a busy November. We got the big show tonight. I want to test out the stream, the connection here, make sure I'm not choppy. Even though we got Danny Hassel, we got Mick Strawn tonight, we got my good pals Nick Benson and as as known as Freddie Duke, Kevin Radzinski. It's going to be a fun show. We're going to be talking Nightmare on Elm Street 4, and then we have another show planned with uh, Kevin Radzinski and Blake Best that we'll be announcing and talking Freddy's Nightmares, if you guys remember that series. But I wanted to come on, catch up with you guys, see how the stream's going. Actually, let me share it out because I can't share with. Unfortunately, I can't share with Facebook group, so I'm going to share that out now while I can. They changed everything around, so it might take a second. But I want to see how the stream's going. If anybody happens to tune in, anybody happens to be watching, if it's a really glitchy, let me know. Like I said, really want to test out the stream. I'm kind of watching and looking on Facebook. It seems like everything's going okay. But let me share it out here if I can figure it out. But yeah, it's been a wild few weeks. We did October with my good friends really, Carl Toop, the 1986 Xenomorph, the Alien Warrior. He's been crushing. He's out to London Comic Con. So if anybody's in London that happens to be watching, I know it'll be late night. Maybe you're there. But Carl's been crushing it. He's flying out to, I believe he said it was London Comic Con, or I'll check it out. But we'll make sure he's flying out there with Renaud. Renaud is awesome. You'll always see Carl and Renaud together. Awesome guys. I consider them family. I couldn't, ask for better friends. Been crushing it with Danny Hassel. We did Scarefest. We just did Memphis. I did the panels there. What an honor at Memphis to do panels. And we're going to be doing a post show, hanging out with, Danny, of course, my parents, my good friend Dax, who's actually just let me know he's going to be able to help me as well in Tulsa, where Danny and I will be teaming up again. And we got one other guy who might be helping us out as well. So I can, talk to all you guys, have time. Dax is great. And it's been busy, but it's been really good. Doing the panels, I wasn't at the table a lot, but I got to sit there and talk to Brad Greenquist and Miko Hughes and Christina Lees and Alex Vincent, Finn Carter, Rob Mello. We did a CJ Graham. He couldn't make it. We did that. Who else did we have? We talked some Thanksgiving, and I can't think of the guy's name. It's like the ultimate badass name. Super cool guy, Alex Armbruster, I want to say. And what a great guy. I talked with him. It was a struggle getting through for Jamie. Big shout out to Jamie Wright. It was a great weekend. Had a blast. We're going to be doing the post show. We'll have a few of the guests, at least one I know who's down. Of course, Danny, it will be down for it. And hey, what's up? My good friend Mike, man, this guy, I wish he pursued it more. Joined me at a lot of conventions early on and does some amazing hawks. And I'm real proud of him. And I consider him a good friend and a brother. And you ordered me a present, huh? You're the man, dude. You don't owe me no presents, dude. You just keep doing you. You do some really cool things. And, I'm incredibly proud of you. And I know it's never easy because I know you personally, but you've done some really cool things. Oh, Savini. If I had it here before, I would have gotten it signed. I saw Tom Savini at Scarefest. He was there again. A lot of people take him as off-putting. And I got to stand up for the guy because he's just a chill, laid back dude, a legend of special effects and even acting. And like, he's just a legend of horror films. Um, Tom Savini's awesome. I get, where people can feel like he's, you know, off-putting, but that's really not the case. It's just who he is. It's not a personal thing. It's not trying to be a mean thing. Not that I've experienced. I mean, he's come to Doomsday's Crypt tables, and I could tell just by his, aura. Like, that's pretty fucking cool. That's cool. This is cool. Hey, Six, am I lagging at all? One of the reasons I'm doing the stream is I got great reunion tonight. Like I was saying earlier, we're doing the Nightmare on Elm Street 4. We're going to talk behind the scenes of filming with Nightmare on Elm Street 4 with Danny Hassel, Danny Jordan, and Mick Strawn, who was the production designer on many films, including Nightmare on Elm Street 3, 4, and even though uncredited, he did work on Nightmare on Elm Street 5. That's going to be a fun one. Nick Benson, who worked on Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and a bunch of other. Oh, cool. I'm glad no lag. I was worried about that. And it's kind of a random stream. I don't expect much of an audience because I'm usually a late night guy. It's usually after my guys. That was taken away from me by my job. Anybody who's seen me and he knows me, a lot of the times I take my guys. I took money out of my pocket. I work 7 days a week. And, I really don't regret it. And my job took that away. I got paid 13 hours a day, 5 days a week, 16 on weekends. And I gave anytime they asked. I never wrote in extra hours or anything, but they took it away. We might get into that more in the future, but now it's Doomsday's Crypt on the weekends, full focus. I'm off Friday mornings and back Monday afternoons. So it's going to be Doomsday's Crypt heavy on the weekends. We're going to be traveling. We're going to be taking time. I was going to buy a house. My job cut my hours. Me and my parents were going to do our thing, but things change. And it's either buy a house, work, and be average, or keep following Doomsday's Crypt and push it. So we're going to push it Friday through Monday. We're going to crush it with Doomsday's Crypt. We're on to something special for the fans, to support the horror community and do something cool. And that doesn't change. Very let down. That's something about life that people have to understand is you can give your all, but when you work for somebody, they're in control of it and they can dictate things and they can portray things the way they want to. I gave my all. I took money I made and invested in all, and I'll leave it at that. And it's unfortunate that a job that I considered family, a home, a heart, is now a job. I still love my guys. I'm there for them. I'd love to do all these things, but unfortunately, my job wants to let me know it's a job. So Doomsday's Crypt is where it's at, and it's been where it's at. I just kind of held off on that because I held off on that a lot because my guys came first. Fame, fortune, big money. I was doing well, just working and having my family with my guys. It was taken away, and we'll leave it at that. And it was very hard for me. And so, I got back from Scarefest, the greatest weekend of my life. And I get a phone call saying, you got to train this guy. I'm like, I'm not training this guy. So I'm just going to leave it at that. It's a hard job and you learn the business of it. And unfortunately, the business part took away from what I did. And I gave a lot. And I'm very proud of it. I mean, it's one situation where something's been taken away from me or I've lost, where I can honestly say it wasn't my fault. It wasn't because of me. And that was tough. And I've learned a few things in the business too. I mean, there was a guy I was working with. I was hoping we could do some things. Didn't happen, but we're going in a different direction. We're going business forward. I love you guys. But I'm tired of being taken advantage of a lot of people. I've been taken advantage of. I've given them platforms to do something cool. And it's kind of like, well, we don't need you anymore. And that's fine. That's fine. But I'm not allowing it anymore. Trust is a big thing with me. And I'll leave that at that. It's been a hard road, but it's been an awesome road. I got to run and hang out with Danny. Danny Hassel's one of the coolest dudes. Me and him put on a kick-ass area. Joe Castro. Joe Castro, what a great guy. We crushed at Scarefest, recreating the Danny Death scene, doing some amazing things. And, things always change. And Doomsday's Crypt's always changed. Every table has always changed. And I've met some amazing people and talented artists, and I take that as friends. But business is business. I've lost more than I've ever made in this. And, I don't regret it. I chose to do it. Now I choose not to do this stuff, anymore. We got to make this work. We got to make Doomsday's Crypt the best it is. And it's a team effort. And if I feel somebody's not on the team, you're out. You're out. If you're going to come and it's about you, you're not welcome on the team. Even after talking to Danny yesterday, it was totally team thing. And that's what I love about that guy. That dude, I even tell him, and Danny knows, me and him got to jam, we're rocking and rolling. Me and Danny plan on doing music to add to his appearances, and what we put on the table is amazing. Working with every Nightmare on Elm Street person I've met is great, from Lisa Wilcox to Beatrice Bupley, Ken Sagos, Whit Hertford, of course, Michael Bailey Smith. The list goes on. Toy Newkirk. I mean, these people are all great individuals, and I'm real honored to know them. I've gotten to know them real well. Tom Matthews, since you're here, Mike, super great guy. He's going to come on. He's got a collection of stuff he kept from films like Friday the 13th Part 6, Return of the Living Dead. And since he can't travel with it, I've been telling him, man, this, like he was showing me and Brett Wagner when me and him did a show, some of the stuff he collected, he's still got the eye prosthetics from Return of the Living Dead. So that's going to be a fun show. We're working forward with Doomsday's Crypt. We're going 100% with Doomsday's Crypt. I have Friday mornings till Monday afternoons off. I didn't choose it, but now that I got it, we're going to make, we're going to do something even more. If you think we're doing cool on Doomsday's Crypt now, just wait. It's going to be really cool. Ken's doing good. Ken joined me at Oklahoma City Oricon. That was a really, really cool event. It was a lot of fun. I had a good time. Ken's always cool. He's great to fans. And I'll give Ken a big shout out at Scarefest. I can't remember the person's name, but they lost to Ken Sagos autograph. So this is an example of Ken and what I respect about him. I'd be like, Ken, because me and Ken talk, not every day, but me and Ken are close. We're cool. We got a great respect for each other. And I knew he'd want to know that a fan lost the autograph. What does this guy do? He reaches out to him and gives him a phone call too, I think, and plans to send him out more stuff. That's just Ken. And I thought that was super cool. I thought that was awesome of him. Danny's, like, he's newer to cons in a sense, and I'm surprised in that, because Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5, Danny Hassel is one of the coolest mofos in that movie, and he's still that cool dude. He really is. He's a lot of fun. He's become such a close friend. It's been fun jamming with them. I mean, especially since I hadn't picked anything up in a while, and I recently did. And me and him have been jamming. Like, it's not like we're going out. Although there is always a Danny story, which I'm sure we'll talk about at some point. But not because we did anything wrong. We hang out, we jam around after the cons. We'll hang out with some of the other guests or celebrities. We did that at Memphis, Christina Elise, Alex Vincent. I don't mean to name drop them or anything, but it was cool. I mean, we were just all hanging out. We became friends. They got to know my parents. How's Chaz? I did talk to Chaz, and I brought up a couple of things I'd love to bring from Doomsday's Crypt in 2026. Can't really talk about it too much. I wasn't able to make Minnesota this year. I am looking to make Minnesota this year. I will be at Kansas City for sure. Me and Chaz have a good relationship. He's been the first con. I learned a lot, because I'm a headstrong guy. I got a John attitude. Like, it's just, oh, I got this, and I just go. And I learned a lot from Chaz. Chaz is a great guy. The Krypticon family is a great guy. The security team, love the security team. Like I can't wait to always see the security team. I know my stuff is always safe with the security team. Like those are my dudes right there. Um, yeah. Well, hopefully you can make it, man. I'd love you to come hang out again, man. Bring a couple of your hawks or something, and come hang out at a table if you can. You know you're always welcome. You're my pal. Patricia Van Duzen, one of my favorite people. I hope you're doing well. For, I don't publicly talk about people's personal, but her and Dave are two of the most amazing people, and they are Doomsday's Krypt favorites. They, no matter what, you guys are always favorites, and we miss you. I miss you. We gotta see each other at con soon, for sure. For sure. See you guys soon. Tonight we got the Nightmare on Elm Street 4. We're going to talk about the filming because that was an interesting film. Everybody, and I've talked to Mick before about it. Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is obviously like, I think it's more constructed and had bigger plan with it. But the way they made Nightmare on Elm Street 4 is an incredible story. And I almost want to say it's the horror Rat Pack that's in the Nightmare on Elm Street 3, 4, and 5, the Dream trilogy. And Nightmare on Elm Street 4 to me is a big core of that, if that makes any sense. And if you guys have seen, we did Morrow and Eric Misovich recreated the file for Danny Hassel. That's a Doomsday's Krypt, Lonnie McCollum exclusive. Lonnie McCollum Graven Images is the only one allowed to produce them. He's doing them. So if you've seen those, hit up Lonnie. But yeah, man, a lot of changes going on this year. I've learned a lot, I've experienced a lot. I think I've given a lot, and now it's time where I'm not losing. I don't care if I break even at least this year, but I'm tired of losing and feeling like I'm walked over. And that's kind of one of the things I want to talk about. I feel like I've been very good to people. I never ask for nothing. But if I feel betrayed or my trust is lost, that's a big issue for me. That's a big issue. Jamie Hill, what's going on, Jamie? Good to see you. It's an experience in this journey I've gone. I mean, I'm just a guy who worked with special needs. Mike will tell you. I mean, he's been doing podcasts and YouTube and all this stuff. This Doomsday's Krypt kind of happened out of chance. It wasn't like it was planned. It wasn't like I said, I'm going to do this. We're starting Doomsday's Krypt. It just kind of happened. And I've learned along the way. I've made some great choices. We've gone some really great directions and done some amazing things. And honestly, in the whole thing, I don't regret any of it. It's just learning what works and what doesn't. Contracts are going to be huge. I always love shining artists, but contracts are going to be important. It's not fair to me to spend thousands of dollars, put on everything I can, and then when somebody gets noticed, fuck John. It's not fair. And I'm not talking about any one person or calling anybody out because I've been lucky enough to work with some amazing talents. Michael Toth, me and him we're brothers. We've had our ups and downs. He's crushing. And then I don't mean just on his part, but it's so hard when it's friends in business at times and with others as well, where I don't want them to feel like I always want people to feel whole, but I can't feel less than whole. So that's a journey I've kind of learned through this. And now that I'm not working the hours and doing 7 days a week, and it was just like, I'm just happy to give back. I can't do it. And in order to do it, we have to do a total business. And that's going to be a new step going with Doomsday's Krypt. There's always going to be heart. There's always going to be passion. But there has to be agreements. There has to be, situations where you're not being just a nice guy and then feeling like the bad guy because it's a problem for you. And then letting you become the bad guy and engulfing yourself in it. And I have many times. I have. Like I'm no perfect person by any means, but I always try to be good with people. I always try to be straight with people. But when I feel like I'm backstabbed or betrayed, I get angry. I don't like it, because I would never. And when other people, but I'm not other people. I think that's what makes us special. I'm doing well, Kyle. I'm doing well. We got a lot of really cool things. Kyle, since you're here, I'll be in Las Vegas for the first time. I'm going in for the red carpet event for Skate to Hell, and then with Nicole Butler Vegas, meeting her there. And then I'm going to be doing Days of the Dead, hanging out around there. So if anybody's in Vegas, Days of the Dead, you see a Doomsday's Krypt shirt and this schnoz, probably the beanie, gotta have that around because I don't walk around with that because I'll be doing that all day. That's why I wear a hat half the time. It's not because I'm bald. I mean, I wish it was still the way it was when I was in my 20s, but it's not too bad for almost 50. I'll take my hair for 50. I'll take hair for 50. It feels like I'm in jeopardy. But yeah, I just wanted to catch up with you guys. I was able to spend a bunch of weeks with me, my guys that I take care of still, but it was different then because I was doing it every day and that was stripped away from me for no reason. And I still do four, and I'm going to call out my company. I don't really care. I didn't do it for the money. I did it for my family and be able to take guys on adventures and be able to afford it and do this journey with them. But now we're continuing with this journey, and they'll always be involved, but we're doing it in a different way. We're doing something special in Doomsday's Krypt. We're not going to give up on that. We got a special brand. We got special people. And we're going to continue with that every single time. We've been able to showcase a lot of talented people from Lonnie and Jessica McCullum to Mauro Misovich, Jesse Aarons. The list goes on and on. Scott Straka Art. And like I said, I've had great relationships with these guys. Michael Toth has done amazing things, as you know. Michael Toth's got a big heart, and it's just this year I can't lose my shirt anymore. I can't afford to. I had the extra money to be able to take me and my guys on adventures, and it was fun. But I have to. Oh, Canada is watching. I'd love to come to Canada. I've heard Nightmare in the Falls is great. Tell them to bring in me and Danny Hassel and Joe Castro. Joe Castro I haven't talked about him enough. Frederick Gustafson. We're going to be going international with this guy, the ultimate aliens fan right here. And what he does with the aliens and what he does just in general. Frederick, good to see you all the way out there. We're going to bring Doomsday's Krypt all the way out there. And now that I got time, I got Tulsa next week. Tulsa's going to be a fun show. Bringing Danny in again, Danny Hassel, Nightmare on Elm Street 4, which Joe Castro could be there. But 2026, we're going to be working on, another Scarefest type table where Joe Castro's there showcasing all this amazing SFX stuff and Danny recreating the scene. If Danny can, like me and Joe have talked about recreating a lot of death scenes when he's ever at the table, including Danny. So we got some big plans. Like I said, a job is a job. When you work for somebody, they dictate it. Doomsday's Krypt is us. I'm lucky enough to be the guy who makes the choices, but I'm always looking out for everybody. I never want over anybody. I always look out for everybody. I always promote everybody. I don't expect it in return. I choose it. And the ones that do, and the ones that don't. And that's fine. Joe's amazing. What he did at the table at Scarefest weekend. If you guys haven't seen Nightline, October 31st, Joe is highlighted doing my friend Adam Newsom, the indie wrestler, one of the greatest people out there, does so much for his community as well. Big shout out to him. I put a lot of stuff on the table that unfortunately I learned, even though I spend a lot of money on it, we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, we're going to be keeping going. We move forward, and the best is yet to come. Every year, we always do something cooler at the table. And this year, coming up in 2026, it's not going to be any different. My last con, like I said, is going to be Tulsa. Got the Kyotos. You got Scout Taylor Compton. You got Danielle Harris. You got, of course, Danny. Kane from wrestling. Now Governor. A lot of great people. So See No Evil 2 kind of reunion. Who else do they got? They got Brett Wagner. And they got Miguel Nunez, one of the great people to meet. That dude is always fun. Always fun. Can't wait to see him. Yeah, Kane's. Glenn Jacobs. He'll be there. It's not a huge guest list, but it's Carl Chandler Riggs. Coral from The Walking Dead will be there. My buddy Dax, I just heard from him, is going to be helping me out. I got another guy who offered to help out, and they're there to help and support Doomsday's Krypt. Dax just told me today he can make it, which is huge. Dax Hadaway, he did an awesome job helping me and Danny out because I was doing the panels. I got to sit up there at Memphis, and big shout out to Jamie, who runs the show, Jamie Wright. I get to do the celebrity panel, so I couldn't be at the table. So Dax really helped out. My parents were there, helped out, and he was there in case my parents needed to be away from the table, and he earned my trust. Did a great job. Yeah, I'd love to see you in the U.S., Jamie. It'd be great to see you at a con, and you'd always be welcome at the table as well. I think what you're doing is great. Oh yeah, well, I got to sit there with Brad Greenquist, Miko Hughes. CJ Graham unfortunately couldn't make it, but we did like a live video, which is great. Rob Mello, Finn Carter from Tremors. We did. God, it's been such a long week. I finally got a day off. I got back, went right back to work, which was fine. I missed my guys, so it was good seeing them. And yeah, it was just such. Jules Shepard was there, so we had the Return of the Living Dead. I mentioned Rob Mello. Who else didn't I mention? I mean, because there was so many great people. Christina Lee, Alex Vincent. And I'm just a guy, and we're all friends. We got to hang and spend time and do some cool things. And my parents being there, everybody loves my mom. Like I said, she's really Doomsday's Krypt. You can take that mug and be like, no, that's my mom. It really is. And she does some, another year. Me, my mom, my dad, and my guys, we got to do some really special weekends with some really special people. And, I couldn't be more lucky. So I'm definitely not complaining because I'm a lucky guy to be doing what I'm doing because I'm just an average schmojo. I respect you, Kyle. I respect you. No, my parents, well, I might ask them if they want to fly out. I think if they could find a flight, my dad likes to. I don't like taking the airports, Johnny. You're taking your mother through the airport. Yeah, it's fine. I love my parents, they're characters. But you know what? That's not a bad idea. I'll ask them. I happen to have like a free resort weekend at different locations till February. And I was like, all right, well, Nicole Vegas is going to be there. She, I let her know, maybe I'll stop in. She was, I don't want to say excited, but me and Nicole have become really close friends, and we've done quite a few podcasts, and we support each other a lot. So to meet her in person, go to Vegas, she invited me to the red carpet. So I was only going to go Friday to Sunday. I changed it to Thursday so I could be at the Skate to Hell premiere, hopefully, because it's January in Missouri. There's not a hurricane or a huge storm. I'm just hoping. But it'll be nice not having to set up a table and just kind of walk around. I kind of like that. And should be fun. My damn phone keeps going off. But like I said, I just wanted to make sure everything was running smooth. We got a great show tonight with Danny Hassel, Mick Strawn, production designer, worked on many films. Nick Benson, who's works in SSFX. A big part of Nightmare on Elm Street 4 was the Chest of Souls. We'll talk about that. We're bringing on Kevin Redzinski. He's got a book coming out. He worked on Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and also the first season. I don't remember if the second season of Freddy's Nightmares, which will be another show on top coming soon, talking about his book and Freddy's Nightmares. It should be a lot of fun. And the show tonight should be a lot of fun. And I want you guys asking these guys questions. I want my job to be like, if you know Mick, Danny, and the rest, well, Nick Benson's a chill dude. But these guys have a lot of stories they love to tell. So it'll make my job easy. You'll see me doing that a lot tonight because I want to enjoy it too. It's going to be fun. We're going to hear a lot of really inside things on the film in A Nightmare on Elm Street 4 from different perspectives as well. And I don't think all three of them have been on a show together. So this should be interesting. Yeah, the chest of souls. Lonnie McCollum does a great chest of souls. I had that on the table. I still got one left. But we've done some cool things. Great people. Big shout out to Michael Toth, Lonnie McCollum, Scott Straka, Jesse Aarons, and others who've been on the table that have really made it work. And, ups or downs, always had each other's backs. And I appreciate them. I appreciate you. I appreciate these conventions. And I'm just in a lucky spot that I think we could do something really special. And, the ups and downs, the things that we're like, man, that I can't believe it, and it sucks. And there's two sides, but I know where I come from. I know what I'm about. I'm about you guys, fun, and having at least a roof over my head. Because I just wear Doomsday's Krypt shirts and $5 shorts and 12. I'm not a fancy guy. It looks like I'll have to wear pants and maybe a shirt on the red carpet. Damn you, Nicole Vegas. But I will have a beanie or a bandana for sure on the red carpet. That's not going away. And a Doomsday Krypt shirt underneath. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for checking in and tuning in. Kyle, good to see you, my friend. Jamie, thanks for tuning in. All you guys for coming to hang out. Um, my good friend over there in Sweden, we're going to be doing some shows with him, going international. The weekends are going to be more Doomsday's Krypt. There's going to be more content coming now that I got the time. And Friday morning till Monday afternoon, it's all Doomsday's Krypt all the time. Expect more shows, expect more kick-ass guests, and expect more fun journeys that we're going to be going on. And until next time, guys, I love you. Frederick Gustafson. We're going to do some cool things. Let you run that international Doomsday's Krypt market because we're not stopping. You always hit a speed bump. We push forward. There is no steps back or just staying neutral. If I'm not going forward, I'm moving back, and I refuse to move back. So, peace out. We're going to get that Brute movie going. Me and Joe, we're going to get Joe Castro back on the show. We're going to talk to him. We'll bring Danny back. We haven't had a chance to do a lot of post shows to talk to you guys and have a lot of fun. And again, I love you. Appreciate you. Your support means the world to me. And tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m., I believe, if you're in California. It's 8 o'clock for me, which is a nice time. Now I don't have to do these late night streams after a day of work. So we're going to keep the energy up, the fun up, and some cool things. If you're an independent movie maker, you got something and you want Doomsday's Krypt to help work with you, reach out to me. Let's see what we can do and knock the roof off. Peace, guys.